Pozdravljeni in dobrodošli v oddaji Pogovor in Pika z veleposlanikom Republike Indije, gospodom Jayakarjem Jeromom. Pozdravljeni, gospod veleposlanik.
Thank you so much.
O deželi, iz katere prihajate, iz Indije, vemo zelo malo. Kako bi Sloveniji predstavili Indijo?
The only way I can say is India is a huge country compared to Slovenia. We have a population of 1.21 billion people and 28 states. But the beauty of India is that all the major religions of the world are in India. Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism. We have different languages, 18 official languages apart from English, different cultures and subcultures, but we are all one nation, one country. And what we are proud of is unity in diversity. That is the beauty of India.
Kakšna pa je Indija danes?
India today, fortunately, is a very progressive country. From the time we have got independence, we have achieved a lot in our country. Our GDP is averaging about 7 to 7.5% in the last few years. In spite of the economic crisis, we are doing well. More than 45% of the population are now middle class. About 200 million people have been brought out of the poverty line. Just to give you a few small points, we produce the largest amount of milk in the world. We procure 20 million liters per day is what is procured. Cell phones, we have 951 million people who use the cell phones. 81 million are added every month. We have the largest railway network in the world, and our railways carries 20 million passengers every day, which means 10 times Slovenia is moved around every day. That is the size and that is the economic growth of the country.
Torej, če bi primerjali Slovenijo z manjšim indijskim mestom, bi verjetno bila primerjava na mestu.
It is like you can't compare because in terms of population, yes, small. For example, the city I come from, Bangalore city, has a population of 9 million, one city. So city-wise, you can't compare Slovenia and India, but Slovenia as a country is certainly small but beautiful. You have a very, very beautiful country, and that is and very, very friendly people. And that, I think, is your strong point. It's not the bigness or the smallness or the number.
Prva turistična atrakcija, ko pomislimo na Indijo, je seveda Taj Mahal, ampak ob tako veliki deželi, po moje, le teh ne zmanjka.
Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's beautiful, and when you see it, it is all that it promises to be. It's a very beautiful monument, a beautiful piece of architecture. But India, as you rightly said, has got so much in the country, spread all over the country. You have from different periods in our history, churches, temples, Islamic houses of worship. There are so many in the country which are amazing, you know. So it's not only Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal we are proud of, but there's, as you rightly said, there's much more.
Katere znamenitosti pa najbolj pritegnejo slovenskega popotnika?
Slovenes, as you rightly said, Taj Mahal. Then they go to one of our western states called Rajasthan, Jaipur. That's basically a desert area, so they visit that. Then they also visit central India, where we have some of our temple towns. Varanasi is a place which is fairly popular with Slovenes. And then, of course, they go to the southwest of the country to our beaches in Kerala and Goa.
Goa.
Basically, for tourists, this is
for the younger.
But also remember that a lot of businessmen are going to Slovenia, and in India, you'll be surprised, there are 15 Slovenes who are employed in India. They're working in India.
What kind of branch?
Some of them are in shipping, two are airline pilots, and some companies of Slovenia have got offices in India, so they are working there.
Do you know them maybe?
Some of them I know personally, yes.
Veliko Evropejcev hodi v Indijo iskat duhovno ravnovesje. joga in svetišče. Verjetno je tudi to del promocijske države, kot je Indija.
It's not so much touristic. If you go to India, you will realize that in spite of all our material prosperity, we are still a very spiritual country. No matter what religion you belong to, whether you're a Hindu or you're a Muslim or you're a Christian or a Buddhist or a Jain, we are a very, very spiritual country. And in our constitution, it very clearly says that India is a secular country. Now, our concept of secularism is different from yours. In the West, when you say secular, it means the state must have nothing to do with religion. In our case, secular is totally different. It is a positive concept where the state encourages everyone to practice his own religion. So that is the beauty. If you come to India, you will see temples, churches, mosques all side by side, and it is that basic tradition in our culture which is spiritual.
And this is the way of life.
This is the way of life for us. This is the way we celebrate all the festivals. I mean, if you come now during Christmas time, you will find all the shops, streets, everything decorated, though Christians are only 2% of the population. If you come at other times, festivals of all communities we celebrate, and everybody celebrates. It's not that this is your festival, this is my festival, everybody on a festival day, and we have, that's why in India we have 28 festivals of different religions and communities which are holidays for us.
Ali je to dela prost dan?
It's a work-free day. It's a work-free day.
Okay.
Like for example, on Slovenia, you say that 65% or so is Catholic, but on Good Friday you work.
Yes.
In India, Good Friday is a holiday.
Bollywood postaja svetovni trend, kar verjetno pripomore tudi na nek način k filmski promociji v Indiji, kar je zelo močna branža seveda. Zanimivo pa je tudi, da je bila letos tudi Slovenija prizorišče snemanja indijskega filma.
Many of our films, they are shot on location outside India. So basically they go to Switzerland, they go to Austria, they go to Germany, these kind of places. So this time we said Slovenia is a good place, so please come. So they came, they spent a week here, shot in various locations from Bled to Ljubljana, to the Postonia caves, right up to Piran. They did the shooting, very, very successful. Now one more film crew is coming in the first week of December. So this will start now. Now that it has started, it will start, because Indian audience, they don't like to see the same locations, the same Switzerland or the same Austria or the same Germany. They want to see something new. So that is why they have come here. So we expect more of these film production teams to come here. That's one. Second, when Indian audiences see these new locations, they want to know where it is, and they will certainly come here. So I expect next year, June, July onwards, the tourism from India to increase because of this.
But you mean that make India in Switzerland on the set when they're shooting the movie? Or?
No, they go to Switzerland.
Oh.
They go to Switzerland, they go to Australia, or Austria.
Austria, yes.
All these places. But now since they've discovered Slovenia, they will start coming here now.
Kako pa je bil v Indiji sprejet z Oskarjem nagrajeni film Slumdog Millionaire, Revni milijonar, kot je bilo v prevodu v Sloveniji?
Everybody was very proud of the award.
It's interesting because the author of that book is also a diplomat.
He's a diplomat, yes. He's right now in Japan.
Really?
He's working in Japan.
Katere so zunanje politične prioritete Indije?
In foreign policy, our priorities is very, very clear that we want a peaceful world. We are not in competition with anybody. We do not want any problems with anyone. So we want to prosper. We want others also to prosper. That is our simple thing. And we do not approve of people being suppressed, of people being discriminated.
And you are successful in this. You have a very high point of tolerance.
We have a high point of tolerance because we ourselves are a huge country with so many religions, castes, communities, languages. So we carry everybody with us. So that is what we expect the world to be also.
Katere so najpomembnejše trgovinske partnerice Indije?
For us trade partners, China, our neighbor, is important. The European Union as a whole is important for us. And now, of course, we are opening out to other markets like South Africa, Brazil. America has always been important to us.
But India is also the part of the member of BRIC countries. it is any cooperation between that countries?
We have a lot of cooperation between the BRIC countries, because it is just a very loose organization of all these, of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. The summits are taking place. Now I think the next thing they plan to have is a common bank for all these countries, like you have the European Central Bank. So, and the cooperation is there between these countries.
Kako ocenjujete gospodarsko sodelovanje z Slovenijo?
Cooperation is good, but it can be much better. In the last 3 years, our bilateral trade has grown from 210 million euros to 290 million euros. Now this is very interesting, because even though there's a crisis, so-called crisis in Europe, our trade is increasing, and that is a very good trend. And we hope to increase that further by encouraging individual businesses, individual businessmen who go to India. And I see a great future for our bilateral trade and economic cooperation.
Ali je slovenska birokracija mogoče tukaj ovira?
I wouldn't say obstacle, but what I would say is Slovenia should be a little more focused on India, exactly what they want. Now you want investments into Slovenia, so what they should do is they should position the areas in which they want investment. There's no point in saying, I want people to invest, but invest where, in what companies, in what areas, in what industry. That has to be focused. The second thing is you must make it more easy and more welcoming for people to come. Don't be afraid, nothing will happen. Open your doors, people will come, people will invest, and you will benefit and they will also benefit. Because we also, in 91 only, we opened up to the world.
Na kakšen način pa bi lahko pospešili dostopnost za indijska podjetja in seveda tudi za indijske investitorje?
See, for Indian market, what you have got is, you've got very good road infrastructure. We've got the largest road network in the world, and we're still building. In the next 5 years, we plan to invest $1 trillion in infrastructure. Infrastructure means roads, telecommunications, railways, energy, all these things. But you have got good expertise in road network. So that is one area which could help us tremendously. Plus, you also make certain specialized steel, which we are interested in. Then there are specialized areas of expertise you have got which we don't have. And that collaboration has started, and there's a lot of scientific collaboration going on. So this is tremendous. The engagement has started, the connection, but my view is this connection can be deepened and widened.
Indija slovi po tehnološkem razvoju, kar pomeni, da kaj se dogaja trenutno v Silikonski dolini Indije?
Silicon Valley, we are doing well. They contribute about 25% to our exports, and it is the largest employer in India, and it is growing. The Silicon Valley is growing. Earlier it was only in one particular place, but now it's spread to all over the country. And I think that is the services sector, which has given us a lot of international exposure, international presence, and some of the kind of high-end work being done by the information technology sector. Nobody else does anywhere in the world. And that is something we are very proud of.
Kako bo vzpostavitev rednega zračnega prevoza prispevalo k izboljšanju gospodarskega sodelovanja?
Once airlink starts, people will travel. And once they come, they're going to come in here, tourism is going to increase. You just take, let us say every week we have about 3 Air India flights. 3 from India, 3 from America, they come here and change. You imagine the kind of employment it is going to generate. First at the airport, your hotels, your taxis. So the indirect employment, everything, it will be a tremendous opening up of Slovenia if once that happens. And we hope it will happen soon, at least in the next six months. That is what we are working on.
Januarja se v Indiji pripravlja predstavitev Slovenije in promocija slovenskega znanja in izdelkov na področju inženiringa, energije in seveda varovanja okolja. Kaj pričakujete od tega mednarodnega srečanja?
See, at the summit, if Slovenia positions itself properly, especially energy, when you talk about the new sources of energy, wind energy and especially solar energy, which you are doing. Because we have got a huge program of getting 20,000 megawatts of solar energy by 2025. That's in the next 7-8 years. So there's tremendous scope for that. There's tremendous scope for infrastructure in terms of roads and telecommunications. And there's tremendous scope for steel. So if the Slovene delegation positions themselves properly, I think it'll really be a success. Instead of just taking people and saying, okay, we are here, we want, they must go specifically, showcase what industries they have, showcase what expertise they have, and then that is going to help.
I hope that Slovenians will know how to do that.
They should. I think they will.
Na kakšen način pa lahko slovenski študentje pridejo na dodatno izobraževanje v Indijo?
India to Slovenia, there are already some students here, some Erasmus students are studying here. But Slovenia to India, we are offering scholarships. There are some students who have gone to India. Right now, there's one doing a PhD in library science. And 3 other students are there who are in various other subjects. So every year we offer this, but unfortunately, the response has not been good from students here. I have written to the faculties of different universities, I have written to the student organizations saying, please come, they can do any subject they can study excepting medical. But in the case of engineering, in the case of economics, in the case of commerce, in the case of law, political science, history, art, literature, the field is wide open. And unfortunately, we are not getting the response because I got the number of scholarships increased also to 6. It was 1, I made it 2, we got it 6, but we're not getting the number of students interested. That is what we should try again next year.
Kakšna je zastopanost vaših izdelkov ali podjetij na slovenskem tržišču?
There's no consumer product as such, but bulk products are coming in, like some of your companies import bulk pharmaceuticals, motor cars are coming into the country. So that way there's no specific Indian product as such, unfortunately, in Slovenia. It's all in bulk, and then it comes in and then again gets processed for the retail trade. But if you go into Slovenia and find anything made in India, you won't find it.
No?
You won't find it.
No one product?
No, there's no product at all, because we have started late. We should have started much earlier, but hopefully it should come.
Do we have any chance?
Certainly, you have chances. You can start importing our small thing, like all of you are very fond of tea. So Indian tea is one of the best teas in the world. So that is one place where you can do it. We make the cheapest car in the world, the nano car, which is just about 1,000 odd euros. We also make the cheapest computer in the world. So there's a lot of scope for Slovenia to. It's only they have to go, they have to see and establish contact, then it will click.
What about the Slovenian product for Indian market?
The same thing, there is a demand. I'll give you an example. You see, there's a company here, I won't mention the name, it manufactures baking ovens for bread. So they were supposed to go to my city and set up a joint company. I met them. After some time, they kept quiet for about 4-5 months. So I went back and said, what's the problem? So they were a little hesitant. So I said, listen, your population is 2 million. The city you are going to has got a population of 9 million. So even if 4 million people eat bread, see the kind of market you've got. So they got excited and they went for that. Then there's another company here called Petra Machines. They have set up a small factory in India. They're doing very, very well. Then Posio Industries, they have got a lot of work in India. They make furnaces for our steel industry, they're doing it. Then your Lithostroy Power, they are doing a lot of work on turbines, hydroelectric projects. Turbo Institute also. Like this, there are a lot of companies already in Slovenian companies in India. But it's very, very small, the scope is, because you can imagine with a population of 1.21 billion, the sky is the limit for you.
The sky is the limit, it's a good point.
So that is what they should do, the Slovene company should do that.
Kako ocenjujete sodelovanje med državama v okviru Združenih narodov?
Fortunately, politically, Slovenia and India have got very, very good relations. Slovenia supported us for our non-permanent membership in the Security Council 2 years back. Practically most of the requests we have made for support to election to international bodies, Slovenia has supported us. An important thing is, we are a nuclear country, but we had a lot of problems. and Slovenia voted for us in the nuclear suppliers group for the waiver. So there's a lot of international cooperation, and Slovenia has always been very, very supportive of India.
Kakšne interese pa ima Indija kot članica Organizacije Združenih narodov?
See, our interest is, from the time the United Nations started, the whole world has changed. And when the world has changed, you must take into account the changes that have taken place. We are the largest democracy in the world, but we don't have a permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council. So what we are saying is that body has to be reformed to ensure that other countries also get into the Security Council, and in this your own the Slovene government is also in favor of reforming, but how and to what extent is what has to be decided, because we are very clear that countries like Brazil, Japan, Germany and India, we require our voice to be heard. Now you take even the IMF also, International Monetary Fund. We are the 8th largest shareholder, and we have contributed 10 billion euros for the US dollars for the EU bailout. But we don't have the kind of say on that body that we should have. So when the whole geopolitical, economic situation in the world has changed, I think that has also got to be recognized and changed.
The time is for changing.
Yes.
Kdaj lahko pričakujemo obisk predsednika Indije?
When your president invites him.
Oh, it depends of our invitations.
Our Prime Minister invited your Prime Minister, and that is why last year Prime Minister, when Mr. Pogovor, when he was Prime Minister, he went last year.
Ali Indijci poznajo Slovenijo?
They are getting to know Slovenia, because recently only we have established connections, and they are getting to know about Slovenia. That is why tourism is coming, the film industry is coming, businessmen are coming. So people slowly are getting to know about Slovenia and its beautiful country.
Kako predstavite Slovenijo Indijcu?
The way I would present it is saying it is a very beautiful country with very nice people, and the beauty that you have got is every country is beautiful. You take Austria, Germany, Switzerland, but the advantage you have got is in a small place you get everything. In 1 hour you can get the sea, in 1 hour you can get the snow. You can go into the mountains, you can go into your valleys. So that is the beauty of this country, which I would tell Indians, come and see, and many have come, many have seen.
Ali vas obiskujejo sorodniki? Kakšni so pravzaprav njihovi vtisi o naši deželi?
A lot of relatives, lot of friends have come, and when they come here, they are impressed by Slovenia's beauty. What they say is, we never knew there was such a beautiful country, and they say we'll come back again.
Kaj pa je vas v Sloveniji najbolj presenetilo?
For me, the beauty of the country, very frankly.
Not the food, not the culture, not the special something, I don't know.
Yeah, the food and the culture comes in, but the country is very beautiful, a very, very beautiful country. Wherever you go, it is beautiful. That is what is nice.
You mean that the color of green or what?
The color of green, the mountains, nature itself. You see, in India also, we get, for example, we get skiing, we get snow. But if I want to ski or go and see the snow, it takes me about 3 + 2 = 5, say about 7 hours or 6 hours I have to fly. Whereas here it's not like that. And absolutely safe country, you can go hiking, you can go walking, and there's no problem at all.
You feel very safe.
Yeah, very safe, and that's what we enjoy, this place.
Kako pa preživljate prosti čas?
Weekends we go hiking. To many of your mountains, many of your valleys we have gone. That's what we've been doing. Otherwise, on weekdays I do a lot of reading, and I watch basically History Channel on TV. I don't watch anything else excepting the news, BBC News and History Channel.
Igrate cricket ali polo?
Any Indian who says he does not know to play cricket is not a true Indian. We all play cricket.
That's the national sport,
it's
like.
Kind of a national sport.
Ali kaj pogrešate v Sloveniji?
Some of our Indian friends and Indian restaurants, Indian food, which we don't get here.
There is no good Indian restaurant.
No, there are good restaurants, but not the way like we get it there.
That means there is no good curry here in Ljubljana.
No, it's good. No, we have different kind of, for example, these restaurants open only for lunch and dinner, whereas there we have right from breakfast onwards. And right through the day they are open for snacks, for all kinds of things. So that is sometimes one misses that.
I know that your wife is famous for her cooking. And I know also, I heard that you are the only one embassy who doesn't order the catering.
Yeah, you see, because when we invite people to the house, they would be happy when we serve Indian food. So when you serve Indian food, it is better it is cooked at home. So my wife does all the cooking. And that is how it has been for the last 2.5 years. So it will be here till as long as we stay. And that is what I think our guests also enjoy. Because sometimes when they come the first time to the house, some of the guests say, "You've got a very good chef." I said, "Yeah, my very good chef is sitting there." She's the chef.
Vem tudi, da je izdala knjigo.
Sila has published a book on Indian cooking this year. And I think about 70% or 70-80% of the recipes are hers. And it's not just the recipe she has put. You see, in a cooking book, to write a recipe is very simple. But you must also put a photograph of the dish.
So you have to prepare it.
Exactly. So that is what has been done. It's prepared, it's photographed and put in that.
Imate mogoče kakšne prijatelje med Slovenci?
Oh yes, first friends I have in Slovenia are my neighbors in Podutnik. Very nice people, and we know each other well, we communicate, they come to our house, we go to their house. And a lot of other friends I have acquired here in Slovenian government, Slovenian private citizens. You know, quite a few people here.
Imate kakšno misel ali sporočilo za naše gledalce?
The only message I have is your country is beautiful, but come also and see India. India is also a beautiful country. So that is what I would.
Hvala, gospod veleposlanik. Hvala tudi vam, ki ste nas spremljali. Prijeten večer še naprej in lahko noč. Nasvidenje.